Crowds throughout the course of the afternoon have been picking up on the country's roads as holidaymakers head to various destinations. I want to take you live now to the N1 North Highway, where eNCA reporter Nickolaus Bauer is going to cover that for us this afternoon. And evidence, I would imagine, Nickolaus, already of heavier traffic volumes or not. What are you seeing?
Well, yes, good afternoon to you, Jeremy. We join you from the Pumulani Toll Plaza, just about 30 kilometers north of Pretoria on the N1 on the way to Polokwane. And as you can see behind me here, there's a fair amount of traffic that's heading to this toll plaza just behind us here, which is, I'd say, maybe a kilometre and a half to 2 k's down the road. About half an hour ago, this was absolutely jam-packed, though. You did have a massive amount of cars that were in a traffic jam of sorts as you were heading up to this toll plaza. And it's all in preparation for the Easter weekend, which officially gets underway tomorrow with Good Friday celebrations. And what we're going to be looking at is whether or not we're going to see an increased amount of carnage on South Africa's roads. Last year, the former Transport Minister, Joe Masongani, announced that there was a massive 235 deaths on South Africa's roads during Easter 2017. It marked a whopping 51% increase from the number of 156 in 2016 rather. And now that we have a new sheriff in town in the Transport Department, although some may argue he's anything but a sheriff, it's an academic, the former Higher Education and Training Minister Blayden Nzimande, Dr. Blayden Nzimande, to those that aren't his friends. He held a press conference early on today, eNCA catching up with him, and essentially laying it out, saying that South Africa has a long way to go in terms of making the roads safer, especially on this historically dangerous weekend of Easter weekend.
The big problem here, of course, is speeding. I know that you're not a traffic officer, but are you getting a sense that at this early stage, and let's be quite honest, these volumes will pick up as we enter early evening, but are people keeping to the speed limit or not?
Well, the only impression that I have got is that we've experienced for about 3/4 of an hour next to the N1 highway here. Maybe the trucks that have been passing, to my mind, I don't have any internal speedometer, unfortunately, Jeremy, but to my mind, maybe trucks going a little bit too fast. But certainly there is a fair amount of caution as they approach the toll plaza. The ride here was a little bit different, though. You kind of got the vibe on the route to this toll plaza that people are edgy, they're in a hurry, they've gotten off work early, the car's packed, the trailer's packed, bikes are maybe loaded up as well, and they want to get to their destination as soon as possible and start enjoying the Easter weekend. We can only echo the sentiment of the Transport Department and of course also NGOs and other bodies that are aiming for safety on our roads, like the Automobile Association, in asking for South Africans to just take their time and rather arrive safely than not arrive at all. So one wonders whether or not we are going to reap the benefits of renewed impetus in the Transport Department with the new Minister, Dr. Blayden Nzimande, or if he's still busy trying to get his feet behind the desk and firmly get his reins on the ministry before we start seeing any sort of change. But I certainly hope, Jeremy, that we don't have any increase that we saw, the likes of which we saw last year, 51% more people dying in 2017 during the Easter weekend than in the previous year.
Nickolaus, I'm also going to give you an executive instruction here. For goodness sake, please, for your next crossing through to the channel, move a little closer off the shoulder of the road. You're very important to us, and we don't want to lose you. Nickolaus Bauer on the side of the M1, please be safe.